Hey, this is the Entertainment Advice channel. Today, what I want to talk about is the question of, is Sabrina Carpenter overrated? Now, everyone has, for that matter, been focusing on modern pop music, has heard about Sabrina Carpenter. There's a lot of hype, and a lot of energy around her new song, Espresso, okay? And a lot of people are hyping up her to be the next great pop artist or something for that matter. So what I want to talk about today is she overrated, okay? When it comes to how good her music and so on and so forth is. Or is she someone who actually deserves the hype that she gets? Is what I'll be talking about. So anyway, let's get started. So when it comes to the question of is Sabrina Carpenter overrated, my simple answer to that question, believe it or not, is yes. I do believe she's overrated. Now, the reason why I believe Sabrina Carpenter is overrated is that when it comes to, obviously, the song she is known for, Espresso, you know, for that matter. Sorry, I was just joking around. But anyway, Espresso, there isn't anything that I think from that song alone I can really see that is that amazing. Like, don't get me wrong, it's a good song. But for Espresso, it just seems like people love Sabrina Carpenter because she just comes off as, you know, someone, at least, well, not come off, but her song, for that matter, just gives early 2010 vibes. Obviously, as I'm saying, everyone who actually pays attention to what's going on in the world, you know, pretty much people who are actually observing what's going on around them, who have the intelligence to observe what's going on around them, and secondly, people who are specifically not baby boomers, you know, clearly, obviously, are noticing what's going on in the world we live in today, and clearly, obviously, because our mind is in the present, not the past or even some other world for that matter, can clearly realize that the world is not as happy or as positive as it used to be during that era, okay? Everything from the world situation and so on and so forth to even just the music back then was happier, okay? And I just feel when it comes to Sabrina Carpenter, whether she deliberately did it on purpose or not, she clearly is someone who's just, her song Espresso for that matter, is just simply recapturing the magic of how life was from that time period, okay? Because when you listen to that song, it sounds very early 2010-ish, okay? If you were to play that song in the early 2010s, people would not even notice anything different from it, from anything that was going on, any other song that was put out there. And if anything, that song probably would have been hated, at least by a lot of people, because it sounds like everything everyone else was playing at the time, okay? The truth of the matter is, her song is very early 2010-ish. It is ridiculously early 2010-ish, okay, for that matter, okay? So it's just recapturing that era when it was cool to be happy. It was cool to make songs that were upbeat. It was cool to make songs that got people dancing and created a lot of energy and a lot of hype, okay? That's what was cool back then. So obviously, when it comes to that particular topic for that matter, you know, that's what was popping back then. And obviously the world was more positive, and people, when they listen to Espresso, just want that energy again, because everything from the world we're living in today, and especially of course music they're releasing now, just is sad, and people want something different. You know, it was cool and edgy, like at the time in the mid 2010s, especially with the influence of Lord and a few other popular musicians at the time, to be I don't really think people want to hear all that stuff anymore, to be honest with you. And there's still clearly after effects of COVID, for that matter. Okay, so that's when it comes to the issue of the world situation, and just in general, for that matter, people are just tired of sad songs. They want something uplifting and happy to keep them in a good mood. It is making songs about being depressed over and over and over and over again. It gets tiresome and boring and old. And obviously, people want to hear something different and not just hear something about being depressed all the time or just having a sad situation. And everyone else is pretty much just making songs about being depressed. And it's just reached a point where people are sick of it. People are sick of it and people want something different. And that's what she's marketing off of. Okay? So the truth of the matter is, Sabrina is just doing that. But aside from that, I don't see anything all that special about her music. There's nothing that special, there's nothing that amazing. And the truth of the matter is, since now I'm on my second point, is that the truth is, you're expecting her to be anything truly innovative or amazing. Guess what? She's not going to be. But the truth of the matter is, for modern music, particularly pop music, being anything that's truly revolutionary, for that matter, or at least having a lot of songs that don't sound the same, and as well as having lyrics that are actually good, is simply a dead era. It's not coming back. It was great for the time, like decades ago, but it's not coming back. It's just not how the modern world works. It's just not how it works. It's just an outdated way of thinking. Because the more you have people who are actually talented, the more it takes a freaking load of time to make albums. Okay? And this is what I mean by that is that this era we are living in, people for that matter, okay, are impatient if an album takes like even 10 months. Or even not even 10 months, like freaking like 8 months or something. So now every album is rushed, and a lot of times you don't even have time. Well, not a case that you don't have time, they're just lazy to even make sure that the instruments are even real. A lot of times they just simply copy and paste it from FL Studio or use AI music for that matter. So the truth of the matter is, a lot. If you're expecting anything truly amazing, it's just not gonna happen. It was cool at the time, but now just kind of outdated, referring to the big corporations, at least the way they do things. So I just don't think it's gonna happen anymore. It was something that happened in the past, because the motto was, we want to provide the consumer with the best quality entertainment imaginable, but most of the people who were those great producers and had that way of thinking, for that matter, in the business world, are all dead or have probably retired, for that matter. So as usual, you have new people in, and a lot of new people are just not anything original, and they're just there to just waste your time. So if you're expecting her to do anything all that amazing, you're gonna be mistaken. She's just another generic musician. I'm certain in a few years she's gonna be like pretty much all of them. People are gonna complain about her behavior, which people have already been complaining about a little bit. Now when she's more famous, it's gonna be even worse. And secondly, to also add to that, her music is just gonna be another generic repetitious so on and so forth over and over again, where one song sounds the same and another song sounds the same, and you kind of get sick of it. So it's like all of them. It's nothing original or different. That era is long dead. It's just the same old stuff, same crap, nothing new, just same old, same old, same old. So anyway, this is my video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like this video and videos like this, just remember to thumbs this video up and hit the subscribe button. And this is all I have to say. And simply put it, later.